Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's the Great Mattsby and Tesla Tracker. And I see people in the chat here, and it's Sunny, Rumble, Shane. Yes, I'll get to some of those chat requests too. I think Tracker is working on his internet connection right now, so just give him a moment. But we'll just start off here with the SPY, and we can see that the SPY is still around that 598. Right, the 598.25. We can see that, and again, tomorrow the markets are going to be closed for Juneteenth, so this is going to be the last trading day before Friday, and this is looking like we do have potential to keep stabilizing in this zone. Even if you switch to the linear or log scale version, the 596 is still well above, and it's good, right? It's a good-looking chart, still holding support. We'll see if this trend can continue, and the QQQ also is still holding the 525.03 as a support as well. So this is a good development still, and I think it has potential to keep stabilizing above that zone. So anything above the 786 or even anything above the 786, 886, 786, it's okay because I think all-time highs are going to be coming next. But we just need more time to consolidate before we start to break out again. So probably just more sideways action, maybe a little bit more down first before higher. But this is a very healthy looking chart now, and I think it's going to break out sooner than later. And the IWM also is still holding support too. I'm watching that 208.36 as support, and sure enough, it is holding. So this is a great development, and I think the potential to continue its journey higher is there. So we'll watch the day over day development for all of these indices as well. So I think things are just cooling down a little bit before they can break out into all-time highs. And Tracker is back. Oh my God, welcome.
Thanks. I could use a little cooling down, not in the markets, but my house. The AC is still broken. They're supposed to be replacing it on Friday.
Oh no.
Man, last night was fun. That was a really fun show. We got a lot of positive comments on it too. A hilarious hijinks by Cantonese Cat to raise money to fix my internet connection. How do I sound this morning, by the way?
Yeah, you sound better.
That's so weird. I
There's
swear
no breakup.
I haven't done anything to my internet. Like I haven't changed anything except, I don't know. I'm in the bedroom right now because that's where the portable air conditioner is. That's what that, if you can, I think the noise cancellation takes care of it, but there's this drone of an AC. Last night, Kat asked me if I was like in a wind tunnel or something. So I think we got a bit of it. All right. Lots of requests here. Oh, but before we get started, let me just share my Fartcoin chart that I
Well, I was gonna share Bitcoin first, and
yeah.
I'll do Bitcoin first, and then you can just show your Fartcoin. So,
Yes.
yeah, Bitcoin is still stabilizing above the 103,611. There's no change since last night, no change since the previous week. So that's it. It's just a boring update still. It's consolidating sideways right now. So 103,611. That's the main thing I'm watching. And also this 105 green level, I'm still watching that for weekly candle closes. Right, there's still 4 days left until the end of the week, and still in the same range as the past few weeks. So go ahead with your Fartcoin.
So here's Fartcoin. I think it's we could say it's divorced from any kind of fundamentals other than its own attributes. I just took the history here. This is a weekly chart from its humble beginnings at 1.5 pennies to its all-time high of $2.73, and then it made a higher low down here. So instead of doing this one, I thought I would go ahead and do just this small one. So from this higher low to this higher high to this higher low, this would technically be my circle 1, circle 2 on a normal chart. But I thought it might be interesting to see how it plays out versus the 886,702 of the larger chart here. So we're basically looking at this trying to get back up to the 886 and retest it. It's doing a great job so far. It's just it couldn't get over the 618, and it went back into the 382. We're right hovering over the 382 right now. So there's really two moves it can make, right, up or down. If it goes down, the 236 will probably hold it at 65.60 cents, or it will go for the 70.2 fib. And the TA that I've got right now says if this stays as the higher low right now at 86.30, then it's going to want to go to the 764, lines up with the 702 right here. So looking for $1.92 to $1.97 for my circle one here. Back down to the 382, $1.41, kind of lines up with the 50% here at $1.37, and then goes on up to make a new higher high. So anyway, there you go. If you, I don't have any of this, but maybe I'll send this to Kat because I know he's got $100 of Fartcoin. If you're in Fartcoin, this is what it might do based on my technical analysis here. There you go, Fartcoin USD. And I guess I'll show my Bitcoin chart. I've been looking at it really hard because I've got a degen size position in XXRP, which is 2x XRP.
I think I forgot
Yeah.
to change. I forgot to change the screen to your Fartcoin. I was just
Really?
messing around. Yeah, I had it on my screen the whole time. Oh my God! No, nobody could see it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I apologize, guys. Yeah, that was my mistake. I thought I hit the button and then I switched to a different screen and I didn't notice. But yeah,
I swear I was looking at it. Oh, here's the Fartcoin again. If you just want to take a screenshot, basically you get the whole thing on there, right there. So humble beginnings, all-time high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It looks actually constructive from here. And so my circle one would be like $1.97, or maybe just $1.92 even for the 702. So there you go. Take your screenshot for Fartcoin if you're in that, and then my Bitcoin chart. Here we are. There's my big triangle. These are 8-hour candlesticks. The all-time high now, $112,000. Back down to the 382 at 100,490. Back up. It got just over the 886 like it was going to break out, but no, it sent it back down to the 50% level. And so these two set up a support trend. Then we broke it yesterday, and we're still kind of like hanging out underneath it. So I'm hoping this is just trying to scare us with the two prongs in the bottom. It'll go up, two prongs on the top, then a halfway down, and then all the way up after that. That's my optimistic viewpoint from here. If it does go down any further, the next thing I would be looking for would be a double bottom here at about 10. Let's see, that was actually 103,388. Or at worst, it goes back to the 50% one more time for 102,688. So those are the two, short-term down bearish. I'm not even calling bearish outcomes. The short-term downside, and then the upside is it just goes right back up into the triangle and we go higher. Where Bitcoin price wants to go overall is, again, looking at, I took this significant low here at 93,000 to the all-time high to get me this 127 and this 141.4, 117,000 or 119,700. That's where price wants to go next overall. It just has to get through this BS down here first. All right, and then Tesla. Unless, wait, did you want to do something different first?
You can do Tesla. Yeah, there's no change from last night what I said about Tesla, so go ahead.
Oh yeah, there's basically no change here either. It went a little lower, but what I'm worried about, I said this in the show last night too, is that here it was resistance on the. Oh wait, I need the 4-hour chart. Yes, on the 4-hour chart, it was support at the 300 moving average, support 300 moving average, resistance at the 75 moving average, resistance at the 75 moving average. So, is it going to go back to the 300 again? I hope not, but or maybe just a touch of this 50% at 291.27. That's the short-term bear case, and then that would be support, and then we go up from there. Short-term bull case, it is done banging around down here in the low 300s, and can get over this 322.39 again, and go over this maybe 75. And I would love to see this go to 350.74 next. That's this 886, and then I can just do an 886.702, and then get out of here and make a new higher high. So if it does go down to the 300, the moving average 300 again on this 4-hour chart, that if it goes to the 50 basically, I had to extend my line out here. So the launch is on Monday. The robotaxi launch is on Monday, and I was thinking it could hit 350 the next day. But if it goes lower this week, then it's probably going to get extended out. This is July 2nd, is what this happens to be for 350 now. That's my Tesla chart. And of course, longer term, I'm super bullish. It's going to like 1,000 and whatnot. Let's see, this year, maybe 440 or, 440 to 402 to 509.49. It follows this path, this purple path here. And that might be the high it makes, I don't know, the end of the year or something, 509. It's not the 700 by July that I thought we were going to get back when Tesla was still banging around up here in the 480s. Oh, man. All right, so that's it. That's Tesla.
All right.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I got
what next?
Este, Lauder, and MBLY. I got those on deck. So Este Lauder, what happened was price went right back to the blue angle, right? So over a very high time frame, this was a gigantic breakout rejection backtest, right? So there we are. From 2012, it finally backtested it over 10 years later, 13 years later. So there we are. And now price is going back up to the blue angle. It's a big angle too. It's a previous support flip to resistance. So it's at resistance right now. And the opportunity really was back down here at symmetrical support back when who bought it? I think Michael Burry or something. I don't know. But basically, yeah, you can zoom in. It has a little more room to go, possibly, maybe at the 75, 76, whatever. But it's there, right? It's at resistance. Nothing really special about this chart. It's kind of still bearish. You even got the Ichimoku cloud above, and you even have the 50-week moving average right above it too, right around the same time. So no coincidences there. So if you're interested in this now, this is the wrong time to be interested in it, and the right time would have been at the symmetrical support down here. But now it's still a bearish chart either way. It's nothing bullish about this chart below all indicators except for the baseline and conversion line. So until it actually flips that angle back to a support, not sure when it will do that. But if it does do it soon, then it could be going higher. But right now, there's just too much resistance above, and I don't know if it's ready to break out. So not very bullish right now, but we'll see. If 75, 76 can get broken, I'll have a different story to tell. And Mobileye, same situation, really. It never really formed any kind of bullish developments. The only kind of bullish development that it did form is finally it's a higher low from before, right? It's been in a downtrend forever. So to see that first higher low on the weekly chart is a good development. So it actually does have potential now to get more bullish, but still it's below the 50-week, below the baseline, below the cloud, and below all the levels here. So I am still very cautious on this because if it starts to lose that conversion line at the 1460 right there, the blue line, then it could just continue to go lower. So until it actually gets inside the weekly Ichimoku cloud, then I'll just still remain cautious for Mobileye because strong resistance, 1580s, all the way up to the $17 range. Tracker.
Yeah, same thing. I've got Mobileye. Just a quick chart here. Same chart, same weekly chart, same Ichimoku blue conversion line right here, about 1460, as Matt said. I would say just stay out of it. Wait until it does enter the cloud, like he said. If it gets over the 236 at 1930, ride it up to the 382 to 2485, and then see what happens up there. It could do, an ABC retrace that I was looking for would have been this AB 382 236 618. It did not get that. It failed to hit the 382, got sent back down below the 11.4. It's fighting with the 11.4 mini boss right now, right? So if you get over the 236, that's when I would enter, and then maybe exit at 382 and then wait and watch. If it can get over the 382, it'll test the 50%. If it gets over the 50%, it will go to the 702. So let me try to do percentages. I said I would do this quickly, didn't I? 140% higher from where price is now to get to the 702, but it's a big risk for that reward. From the 382 to the 702 is 46% higher. So like I said, you could play that Wait until the 236. So a strategy here. 27% higher from the 236 to the 382. So that's where I would play it. I would just don't put your money in it now. It might just be dead money, or you could even lose money. All right, that's my Mobileye analysis.
All right. I got SEI. That's crypto. Let me just change to my screen here. So SEI.
Oh, Jim Aberdeen's got a great question about my home internet. I'll take a look at my. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go
All
ahead.
right, no worries. The SEI chart, we can see I do have a fib from the high back here in March 2024, and basically the low right here. So it did go lower than that. All right, it made a lower low. So now this kind of level right here, the 20-cent level, has flipped to a resistance. So in order to get more bullish, it will have to reclaim that level. And right now it's kind of below all the indicators and below the conversion line too. So losing that lower low is not ideal for this chart, which means that things could trend lower, even down to the 12-cent zone as well. So get back above 20, it can be fine, right? Stay below 20, then maybe 12 cents is in the card. So it's not super exciting of a chart. It's still kind of in a downtrend right now, and making that lower low is not a bullish setup for continuation. So that's the goal. Get back above 20 cents, and then we can have a more bullish outlook.
All right, I've got Rigetti Computing here. That other chart request for is SERS. Is that a crypto? I couldn't find SERS from Shy.
SERS, yeah,
SERS.
yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. There's a SERSH, but I'm not sure about a SERS.
Here's a Rigetti Computing, RGTI, and I did this chart for you guys before, and it's looking pretty good. So from this 1-2, it got a minor 1 to the 618. It lost the 236, but it's kind of regained it. So now it's going around the 382. I want to call 618 236 done, and it wants to do the 123.6 is where I would guess is where I would say next. So from where price is right now, about 152% higher to reach 2916. Why do I have? I must have changed something because that was a different target. Oh no, I know. That 2801 is from the left side. See right here, the 141. The 2801 lines up with this. Really, I would put 2801 to 2916. My target's gonna have like dual modes up here. So yeah, looks pretty good. And then after the 123.6, it comes back to the 764 at $20.12, and then onto the 2236 at 48.30, which might be like the 26. This one doesn't have. Wait a second. I've already got a template made it for it. TGM full left. Yeah, the 2236 lines up with the 261.8% fib on the retracement side. So I like 47.18 to 48.30 for the wave 5. And there you go. There's the whole chart if you want to take your screenshot. Rigetti Computing. I could do. Wait, that's silver. You've done silver usually, right? Do I have?
Yeah.
Here is my silver. I think it's I've got an ABC correction for SLV to the 70.2 at 37.18. Now it's right at the 61.8. I don't know. I mean, this should be some resistance. Even if it's going to the 702, it could stop at the 618, come back half a tick, come back all the way 55% maybe, and then 37.18. But that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. All right, there you go. iSilver. Ask me again when we get to towards the 702. What I think. Golden Parachute. Let's see. Oscar and Coin. OSCR. I know we covered these last night, or a little bit, didn't we? Anyway, Oscar Health. I like this chart. I was in it, then I decided it wasn't moving fast enough for me. So I'm not in it, not because I don't like it, but because I just wanted faster gains. Oscar Health. 1-2. I'm looking for let me just get rid of this out of the way. Circle 1 between 1950 and 2080. 1950. Wait. You're in the wrong place. There you go. 1950 to 2080. Test back to 1633. And then that would be the 382.236. And then it goes on to the 1236 after that. So ask me again after we get to the 382 at 1950 if it goes a little bit If it goes high enough past that, I might extend the next target to the 618. But let's just see if it gets to 1950 first. Actually, it kind of looks like it did almost do a 382. No, lost the 236. Yeah, ask me again after we get to 1950. All right, there's Oscar Health. And here's my coin. Yeah, Coinbase. I'm looking for the 618. It's already done a 382, hasn't gotten over yet. So, I mean, it could still do a 382, 236. So it struck a high here of $257. Oh, no, that's a low. $277. Um, it could go to 213.66 again, but I'd really like to see it go to the 618 first. So, I don't know. So from here, it's either 32% higher or it goes 10% lower. That's your risk reward from the indecision point right now. All right, back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I got Lemonade.
Oh yeah, that one looks great. That's been setting off alarms on my chart. Let's do. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I made a post, I think last week, saying it hit resistance, and sure enough, it hit resistance. Right. I made a post before it hit resistance when it was like right here at the 39s or 38s. I'm like, you know what? When it gets to the $44 range, that's resistance. And sure enough, it got to what did it get to exactly? 43.87, and hit the blue level of my GAN and sold off. So this is expected. I knew that was going to happen, and now we have price going back down towards the cloud. Maybe it wants 35, maybe it wants 34, maybe it just wants current price, right? I don't know. But the lower it goes, the better the risk reward. So I think if it can go back and back test the cloud, that would be the best situation. So that would be currently this week around 35.15 or so. So I think that's a good development if that happens. So that's going to be on my watch list for a breakout back test before it starts to accumulate again and go up to the 44. So the true opportunity was all this back test down here, like all this right in the blue arc, right in the 200-week moving average, even right in that 45-degree angle. That was the whole big opportunity before it broke out right there. But now it's resistance again, so just maybe a little bit lower first before higher.
All right, I've got this. I want to show my lemonade chart too, but after I do the CRV Craven House Capital, guys,
Well,
don't trade.
CRV
Oh
is
no, it's
actually a crypto.
crypto. Oh, that would be much better then. Never mind. Let me just show you though. But don't trade charts that look like this. If you have to keep pulling back to find where the all-time high is, do not trade charts like this. This is a super lifetime downtrend. LMND, thank you for fixing me there, Matt. LMD, I like where it's going. It's scraped itself off the bottom here, and it's got a higher high, higher low. I'm looking for the 618 next. Let's see, it's done the 382. Like Matt said, it kind of struck resistance, and the 236 could be support. In fact, the Ichimoku Cloud kind of demands it now. So maybe I was a little too excited with going a 618, 236. It got so close though, that 50% extension. All right, so maybe that's the top. Let me just delete that. And 34.28 would be next, and still 77.85 for the 1236 will be next after finding support at 34.28. So there you go. Just look for support at 34.28, and then when it proves that support, that's when I would get into lemonade, and that move would be 129% higher. So there you go. That's my lemonade. Costs. Someone's asking me about a death cross on Costco. I saw the. Matt? Did you see the McDonald's chart?
No.
Oh my gosh! Wait, let me just show you here real quick. MCD. No, that's not. I want this. MCD. This is nuts. Wait. Oh, I have to look at an 8-hour chart. It like completely lost this support trend line, and so it's plunging right now.
Oh my god!
I guess if I had to do, I don't think anybody here trades McDonald's. It's not techie. It's not sexy. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. But if I just pull a trend line on it, this one right here. Look, see, it sets up a support trend, support trend, support trend, and then it breaks the trend. It kind of hovered around the trend for a little bit, and then broke to a new lower low, but still higher low than that. So anyway, this is the kind of thing I'm worried about Bitcoin doing. Actually, I don't want to see it do that. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm not even doing the request that was asked for. So here, can I include that point? I could almost include that point. Wait, now I want to include that point. Just saw this. Trend line. Oh, look. Between these 2 points, all we did yesterday was fail to quite close that trend line. But between these 2 points, it sets up a support trend, breaks it, goes back over it, and now it's still kind of dickering around with it. So I'm just worried if it goes too much along this, it's going to do a drop down. The 11.4 seems like an obvious. 236 would be hopeful. 11.4 would be an obvious gimme if it did want to do that whole thing. If this does if this pulls a McDonald's, a grimace, that might go to 101 and 585. That's what I'm worried about. But those are just worries. You don't trade on worries. You trade on the facts. Okay. Now, what was this chart I was supposed to actually do? I was going to do Costco. I'm sorry. Come on, Costco. And how's my audio? Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you're not cutting out.
Not break.
You're fine.
Oh, that's good. All right, so my Costco chart, it finished the 5 waves up. It's in an ABC retrace still, so I'm not surprised that. Can I look at this in the weekly chart? I was kind of looking for this one to make a big correction. Really, this is the wave 5 right there. I don't know why that got moved. 55. Let's flip this around. Let's just do a TGM left, TGM full left. But obviously I drew it with the other way. All right. See now I do it now, and I look at it with different eyes. Here with the 886 to the 702. We'll send it back. Actually, this could be bull flagging. So as long as it doesn't lose the 702 at 964.48, if this is support here, or if even gets support down here at 964, then it will break out over the 100% fib and want to go to the 141 or the 127.2, which would give us, as far as my fib extensions go, it will give us a 276 or 2618 extension higher. So all right, here we go. That looks pretty good actually. So watch for that. Let's see, what is this? I don't trade Costco because it's boring. It doesn't move fast enough, far enough for me. If it goes to the 141 from where price is right now, that's 26% higher. All right, there's Costco done.
All right, I got the couple of cryptos. I got Boba and I got CRV.
Oh, hey, wait. Matt, the Fat Chin says Tracker's audio sounds great, but it likely comes at the expense of HD. My max resolution is at 720p. Did you know, as an elite Restream member, you can send it at 1080?
I think it was at 1080, but my computer restarted this morning, so it must have went back.
That's what it is.
So it'll be better. It'll be better the next day. So I don't know why it's at 720 today. That's weird.
Yeah. Sorry, Fat Chin. That's not me. That's just Matt's thing reset. You have to tell it you want 1080. Yeah. Otherwise, it defaults to 720.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I had to restart my computer this morning, and it reset. So I didn't even look at that. So thanks for letting me know. I'll make sure that's corrected. All right.
Yeah.
So, let me get to CRV here.
Yeah, please.
So here it is, CRV. I said 53. I think every week people request this, and every week I said the same thing, that 53 is the target. Ever since it kind of started losing this conversion line up here and flipped everything to resistance back at 75 cents. So nothing has changed, right? 53.79 down to 52. That's the target. Breakout backtest, right? Build a base and go higher. So no change. It's still a fine chart, right? But perhaps a little bit lower first before higher. And then we'll look Boba. We can see Boba on the, let's see, which one do I like? I don't even know. Maybe Coinbase. Boba, I don't like it because it lost this support. I drew a black line there. It was a breakdown and flip to resistance. So this is a very, very unhealthy chart, in my opinion. And it is starting to form some kind of higher lows, so it has potential to break back above. But as long as it stays below 10 cents, I do not like it. So in order to get more bullish, it's got to get back above the 10-cent zone. And did we do silver? Did you do silver? I just had a quick silver chart.
Yeah, I did silver.
Yeah.
I think you could extend a little higher.
Yeah. So my silver, I think a little higher too. Maybe the
But it's
35.23 is the next resistance target, the 786 fib. But once it gets there, be a little bit more cautious because it could come back down to retest before going higher. So that's my silver. And go ahead, tracker.
let's see. I've got granny shots here. That's who is it? I don't remember who does the granny shots. It's like
Tom Lee.
Tom Lee. Tom Lee. Thank you. It's Tom Lee granny shots. So look here. I put the 0 to 100 here, and here's our 141, 127. So it's in the box. It's in the zone where it could break out, right? It's already done. It got over the 786. It's touched the 886. It might need to do one more touch. Well, man, it's so hard to say. Let me just get close in here. See how it dipped down and touched the weekly, I'm sorry, the 8 hour, this is an 8 hour chart, the 8 hour Ichimoku baseline, and then got back above the conversion line. That's bullish. So this thing could just break out and go on. Let me get my percentages on here. From our prices right now, the 127.2 would be 14% higher. The 141 is 19% higher. The bear case is if it just needs to go back, if it's not ready and it loses the 702, it goes back to the 50%, 1890. So your risk is right here. 1890 would be kind of like a bad one. 11% lower, but versus 19% higher at best. But no, it looks bullish right now. I think it could do this. So there you go. There's GRNY, and I mean, I guess I could do. Let me just do. I pulled some fib extensions on here, and I already did the something 1382 100. So 2382 is normally my target, which looks like it's about the 127% fib, or just a little bit below it. So maybe GRNY goes to 2441 to 2422. It would be my next target for this. And there you go. And then Boba versus Baba. That's funny. Oh wait, they want to see Walmart. Can we see? Do you track Walmart?
Yeah, I built a GAN a long time ago. I think I don't know if I still have it. Let's find out.
He's going to dust it off, folks. It's Walmart's super boring. But look at my chart. Wow, it went to my 4618 based off of whatever I based it off of before. I predicted this is topped out back here in November, and it's wild. So this is all wrong. So Matt, you can show your chart whenever you want.
Yeah.
I may or may not be able to draw something for this.
So here's my Walmart, and it broke out, right? These are monthly candles, by the way. So the 93.26 is the 3.618 fib, and this is the fib extension from the 2000 high to the 2000 low, right down there, basically over 25 years ago. So it's there, right? It's at the 3.618, and it's kind of in between the arcs too. There's nothing bearish about this chart at all, right? It's still very, very healthy, very bullish. And if 93 continues to hold, then that is still our support, and it could be the breakout back test that we're all looking for. But if it doesn't hold, then it might need to go back down to the arc here again and retest it in the 70s. But so far, so good. And I think it can continue to go towards the upper arc here, maybe around the 113s, 112s, depending on time. So it's not a bad chart. And it's kind of similar to Costco too. When I pull up Costco here on the monthly chart, it's flipping levels to a support too, right? Costco on a month-to-month basis, it's back above the green level, back above the 45, back above the arc. It's just getting rejected by this 2.272, the 1030. So yeah, I mean, both are still healthy. Both are just going back and back testing levels. And Costco could go back a little bit deeper to back test some levels. But if you do put on the Ichimoku here, you can see the conversion line is basically right now at current price, basically maybe 972, 973. So it is a nice healthy chart, just like Walmart, but just maybe continue a little bit of a back test before trying to break out higher again. And tracker, just take us out. That's my last one for until the Friday.
Right. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for showing. I can't say anything better on Walmart. So that, Matt's got the final word on Walmart there. I'm just trying to send this to the back. Where are you? Here we go. Here's HIMZ, HIMZ, the chart that I do for my subscribers. I'm just getting myself ready here. So here it kind of was doing this 141 on the left. Let's just ignore this because it's smaller scale. Let's just look at the stuff on the right. So it couldn't get over the 618, got sent back down to the 236 almost. But once it finds support, it should come up to the 702. My fib stuff says it wants to go 382, 236, right? I'm still waiting for that to happen. Still waiting for it to reach 5213. Let me pull you out. Let's get rid of this stuff. Yeah, so just wow, it's right at that 50% line between this high and that low. So yeah, if it can get over the 50%, then probably the 886. Maybe my 78, my 382 is very close to the 786. So maybe it goes to like 5094 to 5213, and then has to test back down to the 50% from the top side. So there you go. That's 5213 to 4475 is still what I'm looking for next. Unless it breaks out and goes to my 618, which is this 127 or 141 retracement this way. So yeah, I like that. So look for that. Look for 5213 next, and if it can get past, it goes higher, goes past 5587, then probably the 141 between 64 and 65.42 there. And there you go. Because my HIMZ chart, it's still trying to 8 hour. I was thinking it might go all the way back down here to this 382 here. See, it did almost 764. It could do 382. Man, I don't know. See, it all depends on what happens next. If it stays above the 618, then it'll probably go higher and keep going. But if it loses the 618, then it's probably going to come all the way back down to 45.27. So watch this critical zone that it's in right now. I guess basically watch like the 8 hour Ichimoku conversion line. If it drops below the conversion line, get out. Just like in those horror movies. Or here on the 4 hour Ichimoku, if it loses this baseline here at 57.59, I would get out. That's it. That's all we got for today, guys. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. It's a holiday. There's no trading tomorrow. So today is basically like any other week's Thursday. There's like a no trading tomorrow, and then Friday hits, and it's a triple witching Friday. So today's market could be nuts. It could be absolutely crazy. You'll see things hitting like supports and breaking them, and resistances and breaking them, and it won't be uniform. It'll be like whatever that particular chart needs to do today to get the options to where they want them on Friday is what's going to happen. So I pity us all. Today will not be a fun day to trade. So if you're day trading, I don't know, maybe just sit today and Friday out, or maybe there'll be opportunities to buy on Friday. All right, that's my last word on that.
Guys. Yeah.
Thanks,
we'll
everybody.
see you Friday. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye, Matt. Bye.